You are listening live to Football Live.
Here is your host, John Kane.
Good afternoon and welcome to our new edition of Football Live, Saturday the 17th of August 2024 from our London studios with your host, John Kane.
Yeah, it was Danilo for Nottingham Forest and he appears to have really badly injured his leg.
I can tell you, first goal of the afternoon is for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, and it'll be disappointing for Bournemouth, but it's been coming for Nottingham Forest. And it looks like it's Morgan Gibbs-White who just picks the ball up on the edge of the box, takes a shot, and it hits off the chest of Neto and comes back out and just sits perfectly up for Chris Wood, who slides it in to put Nottingham Forest 1-0
I kept my word and I said, every time that the ball hits the back of the net, straight away, you'll know about it. It's Arsenal 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Great start for Arsenal.
Yeah, 1-0 to the Arsenal, and it's no more than what they deserve in this game. The ball fell out to Bukayo Saka with miles of space on the right hand side. He switched it to his left foot, hurled a beautiful ball into the box, and that man Kai Havertz was there to get in front of Jose Zar, get his head in front of it and put the ball in the back of the net. 25 minutes on the clock at the Emirates Stadium. It's Arsenal 1, Wolves 0.
Yes, Everton 0, Brighton 1, and you really have to take your chances when you get them, and Everton will be ruined that because they've been the better side.
Forest 1, Bournemouth 1. There's a VAR on it. They're still checking it, and it's been a long check as well. Kane, what's your first instinct?
Yeah, honest, give the goal just for the routine. It's actually a corner routine, and oh my god, Bournemouth play it short and set it, and then it's a little back heel and a combination again in the box. And it flashes across the box, and the goalkeeper does well to make a save and the rebound, and Utara puts it in. We're just watching it here. What on? No. Oh. Just what?
Go on, Kane. That was a good impression. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you're thinking.
They are really taking the time with this, and this could be shocking if they rule this out. It's inches. And they're actually looking at the stud of the Nottingham Forest defender, if it's sticking out.
Yes, and Southampton are the architects of their own downfall, really. The ball was given back to goalkeeper Alex McCarthy, who's deputising for Gavin Bazuna. He played the ball straight to Alexander Isak, who simply squared the ball across the penalty area to Joel Linton, who took the ball and put it into the back of the net, and Newcastle lead by a goal to 0.
You are listening live to Football Live.
Certainly is. My goodness, when it rains, it pours. Can you believe what Everton did there? Playing out from the back, and Danny Welbeck robbed the ball and was clean through and had all the time in the world to put it away from the edge of the box. And this is now an uphill task for Everton to get back into this match. But it's not over yet. There's plenty of time still on the clock with 60 minutes gone. It's Everton 0, Brighton.
Mason Greenwood on debut grabbed his second this time from the spot. So half an hour gone. Stadbrest 0, Marseille 3.
Yeah, it's that man again. The next goal in this game was crucial, and it has fell to the Arsenal and the golden boy, Bukayo Saka. A free kick at the halfway line, taken quickly by Thomas Partey towards Declan Rice. He feeds the ball to Bukayo Saka, and once again, with a lot of space on that right-hand side, advances into the area, and from a tight enough angle, hits one in his left foot into the bottom left-hand corner, catches Jose Sarr out at his near post. A beautiful trademark finish from the England winger, and really that should be game, set and match for Arsenal at the Emirates. 74 minutes on the clock, Arsenal 2, Wolves 0.
Yeah, and it's been coming. Nottingham Forest have not done what they needed to do to see this game out, and the ball's just been slipped in down the left-hand side. It's passed across, and I'm just actually trying to have a look into, I think it's Smith, is it? I'm just trying to have a look. The ball goes to just get cleared, and he actually just kicks it to the man that I said Bournemouth couldn't rely on. It's Semenyo who taps it in from a yard out. Really, it's comedy of errors from a Forest perspective. Yeah, it's Christie that teases the ball across the face of the goal. Toffolo tries to clear it, and he can only smash it against his own player. And the Bournemouth player I said that you could not rely on has equalised. 87 minutes played, Forest 1, Bournemouth 1.
This was Football Live, and until next time, goodbye for now.
You are listening live to Football Live.
Here is your host, Barry Swain.
Good afternoon, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Football Live. It's Chelsea against Manchester City this afternoon. Not a bad start for match day one, is it? We do have our first goal of the afternoon in one of our featured games. If you've never heard that before, you've never heard this show before, that can tell you only one thing. There's a goal. Good old VAR. Our best friend here on Football Live has intervened, Billy.
It has indeed. It's chalked the goal off. It was a lovely set-piece move from Nakbreda. A cheap free kick away given by Ajax. It's Kasper Staring, defensive midfielder for Nakbreda, that got through, ghosted through, tapped it past Pasveer into the goal, but flag went up straight away. No nonsense. VAR had a look. Definitely offside. It's still 0-0.
Hasn't taken Ajax very long at all to get back level at Nakbreda. Let's quickly go across to Billy Andrews, who can tell us about that Ajax equaliser.
Well, this is more like the Ajax that we all know and love to watch. It's a devastating corner whipped in from Steven Berghuis, the substitute. And there is Jarrell Hatto into the bottom left-hand corner.
Ajax's afternoon has just gone from ordinary to disastrous. Nakbreda, newly promoted this season, have just taken the lead in the first minute of stoppage time, and it's a goal from Jan van der Berg, who keeps his cool and fires home. There will be 8 minutes of stoppage time. Manchester City, they are 1-0 up. 1-0 up? They're not 1-0 up. They are 1-0 up. VAR, assistant referees' flags. Those two things really do haunt Football Live's goal jingle, don't they? As soon as the button is pressed, the flag goes up, or VAR intervene. It was Rico Henry that whacked the ball home. It looked like it might have been a foul on Colwill by Haaland. That will certainly be looked into. Let's have a look. Johnny Holmes, what's your take on it all?
Yeah, it looks like it's been given as a foul on Colwill by Haaland, as you say, Barry. It was a lovely ball in by Kevin De Bruyne, a searching ball into the box. Colwill makes the tackle, gets the ball away from Haaland, and then there's a little bit of a scrum between the two of them, and Colwill goes down a little bit softly, it has to be said, but the free kick has been given, and it looks like there was just about enough contact by Haaland to bring Colwill down, and Anthony Taylor has actually whipped out the yellow card for the Norwegian, so Erling Haaland goes into the book for that one. Beautiful football by City, unlucky for Rico Lewis, who, as you say, he was straight onto that ball and he smashed it home into the back of the net, but the whistle had already gone, the free kick already given, and now Haaland goes into the book. Chelsea 0, City 1 after 65 minutes.
Big size 5 football lands in the back of the net. It's a goal in the game at Stamford Bridge, but is it a Chelsea equaliser, or is it an all-important 3-point clinching second goal for City? Here's Johnny Holmes to tell us.
Well, I mentioned that Manchester City were pushing forward. They've done so successfully, and it's Mateo Kovacic who had that shout against him. It wasn't given, and I tell you what, he's just gone and stuck it in the back of the net for Manchester City, and it's a ruthless finish from the edge of the box, curling it in, and maybe Robert Sanchez could do better. Maybe he gets a hand on it, but I tell you what, Kovacic, he darts away from his man. He runs away from Moises Caicedo. He smashes it into the back of the net. Sanchez does get a glove on it, but he can only palm it onto the post, and it's the power that beats him. It's a brilliant run, it's a brilliant finish, and surely now all 3 points going back to the Etihad. Chelsea 0, City 2 after 85 minutes.
Looking at that goal, Johnny, I have to say, rather like the first, I think there are elements of it where Chelsea really should have done better to prevent that goal by Kovacic, who of course is a former Chelsea player. I thought that Caicedo should have done better, and I think a quality world-class goalkeeper saves that, but it's a good finish by Kovacic.
It's a good finish and it's a good run by Kovacic, but you're absolutely right. He's afforded so much space to turn and run away from Caicedo, who, to be fair, just lets him go past him. I think he could put a foot in. I think he could do better. And as you say, Robert Sanchez, he does get a pretty firm glove on it. Does a top-class keeper keep that one out? There's a lot of power on the shot. Kovacic gets his goal either way, and then he sort of runs apologetically towards the home support, puts his hand up and says, sorry guys, but he is an opposing player now, and that's what he can do. Kovacic makes it 2 for Manchester City.
It's been a pulsating afternoon, and Football Live will, of course, be back next weekend. We'll see you then.
Thank you very much for joining us today on Football Live. We very much appreciate your company. We hope you can join us again next Saturday afternoon when we return right here on Football Live.